Played great defense, made them take tough shots. I don't know how many turnovers we had in the third out of 21, but it felt like we got good possessions. We obviously can nitpick and say we fouled too much, and we did, and 21 turnovers too much, but constant pressure we put on the defensive end, it wears on teams over the course of 48. And, obviously it showed tonight. They got two great, players that can score on anybody, but you just have to try to make it difficult. And, eventually, hopefully you can grab momentum and win a game like that on the road and bounce back from, a tough start to the road trip. They were amazing. Like I said, just make them work because we all know good offense beats good defense. But every possession you want to make them feel you physically. You want to show a crowd. And like I said, I think we have another step in terms of we can do what we did. Those guys one-on-one defense, everybody on a string, and then just not foul. We could take it to another level. So, we gave up 27 free throws. That it's the type of fouls that are tough because they can then go, play. We're playing against a set defense. That was in the first half, first quarter especially was tough. So those two guys set the tone for us, right out the gate, and we carried that the rest of the game. You guys extended your lead even after you picked up that fourth foul. How encouraging is that? It's awesome. I mean, you keep a team like that to 18 points in a quarter. Good things are going to happen, and that's what they did defensively. They were swarming all over the place, again, contested jumpers, rebounding, and we could play in transition, which is a way better way to play basketball when you're picking up momentum like that and getting consecutive stops. So it means a lot. Draymond, unreal in terms of his versatility and leadership on the defensive end, getting us in the right spots and then doing his thing when it's his turn to get a stop. Pick up on that energy at all going into the fourth? I mean, yeah. It's a 20-point lead, so you're really just trying to not mess it up. Were you excited for this one? I mean, Kevin has been on top of his game. He's like most on top of your game. A lot of people are excited to see you guys go against each other. Does that stuff get you excited at all anymore? It's a perfect storm of that and coming off of a loss where you didn't play well. So it's not the playoffs, but it's an intensity that you have to show up if you're going to beat a team like that. So you definitely lock in, get focused, and you thrive off that competitive, atmosphere, knowing that there's a lot of talent on the floor. I mean, yeah, but it's all about the narrative we're trying to create. And, we came in the locker room after and we're excited about the win, good bounce back. The coach was talking about the steps we need to continue to take to truly be a championship caliber team. And there were some things tonight, still like, dumb fouls, a couple of turnovers, losing focus a little bit offensively at times. That's the standard we have to hold ourselves to. And no matter how excited everybody gets about Warrior basketball being back, we all know, me, Draymond, Andre, Clay, Loon, we all know what the playoffs are like and how the margin for error just shrinks dramatically. So all those points are gonna matter, even in a win like tonight where you have to lock in on those come April, May, and June. So yes, and we still got a lot to prove. I mean, high IQ basketball players that work off each other, use each other. Obviously, I try to create havoc whether if I have the ball in my hands or not. Draymond's an unbelievable playmaker, regardless of how teams defend him. And then we have a lot of guys that just when we're locked in, just make the simple play and good things happen. And we obviously have a lot of shooting now, and even on a night where we don't really shoot the ball particularly well as a team, we created great shots, and that wears on the team too. You see a guy wide open, it's kind of demoralized, just see it in the air because you probably expect it to go in, even if it doesn't. That carries momentum into the next possession and the next possession. So everybody being a threat, um, coming in and understanding how we're trying to execute on that end of the floor. Um, it's working. I mean, his shooting numbers are ridiculous right now in terms of his efficiency. He's always had that ability to just get wherever he wants on that end of the floor, but it seems like he's taking it to another level where I mean, he's 11 for 12 one game or something like that, and shooting 59% and 42 or three from the three. It's wild. So, like I said, you just have to. We know going against that, you have to just try to make it difficult. He could have 40, and you play great defense, or you could have a night like tonight. Just, I think what we know about him and our our history and all that, um, we love the fact that we can play at this level and keep pushing the envelope, no matter how far our careers go, how old we get and all that type of stuff. We got a lot in the tank, and we're trying to show that. I mean, it was definitely weird. Um, and throughout that run, we turned a lot of arenas into that. During those 3 years, especially. So it's fun for us, but you know, yeah, we appreciate the support. It's nice to have that energy around. Us. Traveling like that, and you keep winning, good things happen. Doesn't happen unless you win games, and you don't win games by yourself, big fella. So it's how I always live, and I have a great awareness of that. Say what? Absolutely. Means a lot for sure. You get juiced up for atmospheres like that because it's why we play the game. Look at our defensive rating. That says it all right there. He's the catalyst for our identity on that end of the floor, and the sense of pride of that is how you win basketball games in regular season, playoffs. Like you take pride in the intensity and focus that it takes to do that every single night, and whether it's there's his communication helping the young guys, him and Loon working together, shoring up the paint, being the anchor of our defense. It's a fun way to play because you can just see like at any point, the Avalanche can start in terms of a lot of consecutive stops and then scoring the ball on the other end, and it's tough for teams to keep that pace for 48 minutes. Everybody has a different burden when it comes to that, and there's different circumstances that you have to go through. Um, there's a lot of different ways to put a combination of guys together and create like a system and an identity around what that is night after night and year after year, where you're legitimate contenders. And um, we obviously know it's not easy, but feel like part of the DNA that we have and what we've built over last 7 8 years. It comes to just a commitment of this is how we're going to play, this is how we're going to win, and you have to buy into it or you don't fit here. So I don't know how he would answer that, but it's just about creating a culture and an identity that you expect everybody who's rocking that jersey to live up to, no matter how long it might take. So it's an interesting dynamic because we're in the middle of meshing the experience and the new, and there are a lot of challenges that come with that. Even though it is pretty fun to see the growth every single night. So different burdens for everybody trying to get to the top. It's definitely that helps the familiarity of, like I said, the system and the DNA of what we do. And I mean, we're talking how you practice, how travel, how you prepare for games, shoot arounds, like everything is there's this familiarity there that helps. In over 8 years, is that coach's eighth year? Yeah, eighth year. That there's a level of expectation of what that means for us as the core, and then for the young guys, they feel it. And now I think the only challenge is how do you balance so much talent and opportunity, for everybody to get a little piece of the pie. Because I mean, right now we played what 12 guys, and you got Clay Thompson and James Wiseman back at home playing 5-on-5, getting ready. So that's a great problem to have, but that is the challenge of what we have in terms of um, balancing just how many guys you can throw out there every single night and creating a solid rotation that's going to help us win a championship. So um, that's the secret sauce right now. Not since we've been here. No, that was a big milestone. I don't know much about the details. I've seen him obviously working out and he looks good, but I knew there's a reason he stayed back to take or make the most of his rehab process, and so I'm glad to hear he's continuing to make strides. Hey man, they asking me all these questions. It ain't my. I'm trying not to be long winded. I know we gotta go to dinner, so I thought you was about to come in here and tell me something else. My eyes lit up. What? No. Yes. To answer your question, like this, you don't really realize it in the moment because we're just trying to win a basketball game, but it is dope to know everything that we've all been through and just the amount of Hall of Famers that are out there just going back and forth. Like that's what the NBA is about. And it's obviously a good time to be a fan in terms of just the level of talent that's out there every given night. So it's gonna be like that all year long, especially when you get to the end of the season, you got the cream of the crop in the playoffs, and looking forward to that.